think we got it this time.
Okay. I guess we're back.
I believe we are back. Let's see. There we go. Roz, Audrey. What's going on, Monica, Renee?
Hey, fam.
Hey, y'all. Can you hear us? Make sure that we are. We have a little bit of technical issues. It seemed like just a moment ago. Somebody talk to me. What's going on, April?
Hey, April.
Very good, Ross. Very good. What's going on, Trudy? Baby girl, what's going on?
Hey, Trudy.
Hey. What's going on?
Hey, Ashley.
Ashley. Ross, Audrey. Guys, go ahead and invite. It's going to be a great show tonight. And loud and clear. Good. What's going on, Cooley? I see you. Dawson. April, it's been a minute. Maurice, hey, what's going on? Go ahead, guys, please invite and share. Invite and share. Tonight, I'm doing the same thing right now. I'm going into my other screen here to make sure we do what we need to do. You know, so we appreciate you guys. If you can, certainly go in and invite and share.
Yes.
Invite and share. It's been a while. Hey, Stinson, my sister.
Hey, Sister Stinson.
What's going on? Katrina.
Hey, Katrina. We got some new names up here today.
Come on, y'all. I appreciate
Awesome.
What's going on? I think Katrina's been here. Oh yeah, she's been here.
Yeah, Katrina.
Yeah.
I think, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, she has. Yeah, you're right.
So, all right. Hope you guys had a great week. Thank you all for those who were praying for us this week. We were both down with the flu, and we are I'm on the very tail end. My wife was just coming out, but we decided to come on anyway. What's going on, Tamika? And join you all, and hopefully you will invite others to join us. Hey, what's going on, Mark? All right.
Hey, Mark.
Hey, listen, if you are married and you have your spouse with you tonight, it's in the house, you may want to go ahead and have them come on.
Yes,
tonight.
Let us know that it's, the both of you.
Singles for sure, definitely tonight. We're going to have some fun. It's this transparency night, which is almost every Monday night anyway.
Right, every Monday.
So, like every other night has not been, but it certainly has. And so, listen, guys, I'm just inviting some people to come on in. And could you do the same and invite even your individuals? You can hit, I think there should be a place on your phone where you can share, and there's a search, and it gives you a list of invites, individuals. So go ahead and do that. Hey, Randy Miles. Hey, Detroit's finest right here, guys.
Yes.
In Detroit, and what a wonderful woman she is, and,
yes.
And a blessing she is to the body of Christ at large.
Yes,
as an amazing program manager here in Detroit, FM stations, and it's phenomenal what she has done.
Yes.
Her heart is big as a glacier, and we just really appreciate her love. She's shown us a lot of love, even as a independent artist here in Detroit.
Mm-hmm.
So we really appreciate her just showing your face for it just for a moment. That's awesome.
Yes.
So hey, what's up, Luther? Ben
hey,
Barnes.
cousin.
Evening, sir. So please take a moment to invite and share. We got quite a few things going on, and but this is going to be. We're going to talk to each other tonight. I want everybody just sitting back, and which you guys have been great with that. Yes, sir. Because I see you, Luther. Yes, sir. And you guys have been a great family to us.
Great
on Monday
family
nights.
to us.
And so we're no complaints. You guys have been wonderful.
Y'all the bomb.com.
For sure enough.
Yes.
Sure enough. This is episode number 4 of the JN Live. And we're going to be diving into some things. Hey, Ricky Cook, Sister Beverly, I see you. And we're going to, if you have your spouse, go ahead and sit down, snuggle up. And singles, if you're out there, it's all going to, this is all going to tie you right on in. Because we got to know, we got to know. So I'm going to just leave it there. We'll get into it. And yeah, so I'm just taking a moment to make sure I do my due diligence. And
Vanessa, am I pronouncing her name right?
Venice,
Venice,
yes.
Hi, Venice.
Yes. What's going on, cousin
It
Billy?
is so good to see you on here.
Ricky said, "I'm not going for it. You ain't going for it." Yeah, I hear you. Danielle Beasley, I see you. Thanks for joining. Thanks for go ahead, guys, and share and invite. Share and invite. Share and invite. All right. And
we miss you too.
yes, Venice, we do. Good to see you guys out here. Give us a second. It's a new day. Y'all feeling all right? I'm feeling better.
I'm so glad.
Man, I'm telling you, this flu had us messed up.
For real.
Luther said, glad you're feeling better. He was acting like a whole baby last
Oh.
Only Luther. He ain't lying though. I was messed up.
Man.
I'm talking about messed up.
But I was taking care of the whole baby. I sure
She lasted about
was.
2 days and then all of a sudden it got on her. What's going on, Fendrick? Sherwood? Unbelievable. So it was wearing us out. Wearing us out. All right. It's about 10 after. Let's get rolling.
Yeah.
So guys, do us a favor because we can't do it all by ourselves. But if you could, just please share, and invite, and that will be a blessing to us in this show. It really would. This is all love that we're showing from our home studios here, and just wanted to be a blessing to you guys and love sharing. And
yeah, I was sick too.
What's up, Lori?
Hey, Lori.
She's a lady salon salad too. Oh my goodness! So you guys still know you can tell I'm still a little bit under, but I'm doing a lot better.
Yeah, we kind of like on the tail end of it. You know how you got the little cough and, trying to get rid of the little residue.
Yeah, that's driving me still, but I'm beating it now, so I'm good to go. I'm beating it. So we were thinking about postponing, like, nah, we're going to come right on here. And
Keep it moving.
Keep it moving. Yep. All right, guys. I hope you guys are out there. Oh, wow. I missed something here. What's going on, Pastor Rod? My brother there now. Now we good. We got a Prince of Wakanda on here. From Dallas.
Right.
Oh, man. Well, let's get it, people. I see y'all here. So, all right. So, okay. So here's the deal. Episode 4, guys. My wife and I, we've been married for over 22 years now. Over 22 years of marriage. Again, our anniversary date, our day of holy matrimony is June the 10th, 1995. You know, and hey, what's going on, Champeria? And there is James. Ladies and gentlemen, let me just take a break and say you need to go ahead right now. And even if you need to go off of this show and come back on, and you need to pick up Lighthouse, a new single called Lighthouse by Darius James, Darius James, James. Pick up Lighthouse. I love supporting good kingdom ministry. You need to go ahead and pick that up. I just went through and I picked it up just the other day. I picked up several other artists that are just doing wonderful things. And Darius is one of those guys, man, that is just phenomenal. He's a phenomenal talent, guys. My people from the South, Luther, you know what I'm talking about. You know, we're very critical of music and singing, man. You want to pick this up. Darius James is that deal, for real. So go ahead and pick that up. Good to see you, Jaleesa. So I just want to take a break on that and just do a kind of a commercial break there. I just love support, guys. So that's just what you're going to know about me. I love support. I love supporting good stuff. Now, I'm not going to support bad stuff. That's just me, because to me, if I support bad stuff, then my name says, well, Jason Smith, he supported bad stuff. That was absolutely horrible. But I guarantee you, you're going to love this. And so certainly you want to go ahead and pick it up. But listen, so our holy matrimony date, you're welcome, Darius. I see you, man. No problem. You kind of hesitate like you forgot. No, I didn't forget it. I don't know what I forgot, but I didn't forget. So, the date. No, I didn't. June, I got you though. June 10th, 1995. We've been married for over 22 years now. And, you know, before we got married, you know, when you're in maybe when you without a date, without a boyfriend, without a girlfriend, without a spouse, when you're single, let's just leave it simple. When you're single, you may get a question like this. For me, it is, what does your dream girl look like? What does your dream girl look like? Or what? Or for a guy, for a girl, you ask the young lady, what does your dream guy look like? Now, guys, go ahead and invite and share, because we need more people on here. And thanks for inviting and sharing to answer this question with transparency. All right. So, yeah, we miss you too, Lori. We really do.
Yes, we do, Lori.
So, what does he's so humble, take his baby. He is. I see you. So, what does? Well, let me start with me. All right. So, before I got married, honestly, if I want to say a dream, you know, as a boy, right? My dream was short, right? Short. It didn't really matter light or dark skin for me. Just kind of like, you know, short. You know, light skin, I guess, was in too when I was in high school or whatever, I guess. I'm assuming. But I may have leaned more to the light skin, honestly. So short, light skin, you know. So she would have to come like, because I'm like 6'2". So I'm 6'2". So I typically imagine myself walking, with her somewhat with her head at my not necessarily shoulder level, maybe armpit level, just hey girl, not choking her out, but right there at that level. That's what I imagine, short, light skin, long hair. I guess that's what I don't know. That was that in? I don't know. Rod, talk to me. If that was that in? Was it short, light skin, and long hair back in the 90s? Now I ain't trying to get you in trouble, but this is a very transparent.
But that is if that's what you like,
right? I mean, I don't know if that was in, but I was like, well, that's a good question. I mean, a good statement, because that's what that's kind of like what what I like: short, light skin, long hair, right? I was into long hair. That's just me. Nothing really religious for me. It was just I like the way it looked. So hey, Juanette and Joseph,
hey,
go ahead. Thanks guys for sharing and invite. Go continue to share and invite. And Regina, good to see you. And I just, that's what I like. Somebody who was, of course, as far as personality, I want to be, nice. I wanted to be treated nice, and to have some class. Okay, no ghetto for me. Like no, I'm sorry. No, you looking for trouble every time you turn around. You wait for somebody.
Neck rolling and
all of that. No, none of that. I ain't want none of that.
You don't want nothing.
None of that. I mean, as far as men, men. If we be honest, we are creatures of sight. So the very first thing is she got to look right, period. And I didn't intend to wrap that. It was just kind of how it happened. So, but she had to look right. With creatures of sight, she had to look right, period. She just had to look right. And so, so I wasn't, when we talked about, I think it was episode 1, I don't know if it was 1 or 2. We talked about, I think it was episode 1. We were talking about how we met, and I had, believe it or not, I had several, or not even several, really a few. I had a few so-called girlfriends, right? I had one. This is funny. This is a funny story. Man, girl, I'm trying. When you try to follow your dreams, sometimes you end up getting what you really didn't intend to get. Hey, Mary Mac, and so became girlfriend, somewhat of a, I guess, girlfriend. We were in, I think my sophomore year high school. And young lady was short, real petite, long hair, right? So I'm like, okay, this is a dream, right? But following the external dream, she kind of lacked something personality. She was, I don't know how to explain this. She was quiet, but it was like a weird quiet, like
kind of like an airhead.
Oh, that's probably the best way to describe it. Is kind of like an airhead type person.
No, okay.
I promise y'all, she was like this big. I'm talking about like that big. Imagine that. So she's like that big, cute, small, very small, long hair. So I asked her, let's go get something to eat. What would you like to eat? I figured she didn't eat that much, right? So she decided, now I don't know if this even exists anymore, Long John Silver. She wanted to go to Long John Silver. Man. So we get there, and I'm thinking, now mind you, I'm a 16-year-old, so I'm just not getting into, it's still, I'm dreaming from a boy. Roz, don't you start nothing already. It's too early.
What?
So I'm standing at the counter, and so I said, well, go ahead and order. Now, mind you, I don't think I had just I'm trying to play the big man role, right? So I had just like lost this one particular job. I'm in between jobs, so to speak, but I had lost one, so I'm not really working, but I still had saved some money, and so I'm trying to impress this girl, right? So so we get to the counter, and man, this girl proceeds. Now we're talking about Long John Silver. Y'all gotta understand, this is like the equivalent of maybe Captain J's, today's Captain J's in Detroit area. For those in the South, maybe like Zaxby's, that type of deal. What's going on, Lakeisha? And so she goes up and proceeds to order $23 to $24 worth of food.
What?
In a place like that, I promise you.
Oh my!
She was this big. She might have been 5'5", at if that. Small as a rail. And she proceeded to order like $23 to $24, $25 worth of food. Now, y'all, I wasn't really all the way saved, so I was really cussing in my head. Like what in the world did she just, what? My plate might have been like $11. So I'm tripping. Like, what, man. And so immediately I begin to think about my future. Honestly, I'm 16 years old. I'm thinking about, like, what is this going to be like when I actually become an adult, have responsibilities, and here I'm trying to impress somebody who has a chainsaw for metabolism.
Better think about it.
You know, and so I forgot how we broke up, but believe me, I tell you, yeah, that didn't last at all. That didn't last. Now that's just me, 60-year-old, you know, follow after the long hair, the long hair. She wasn't as light. She might have been in between me and La, like as far as complexion. But you know, trying to follow out the dream, and she was really like was an airhead, like for real.
So in other words, she had all of the exterior things that you were looking for.
Not all, but you know, close enough. Mostly. Yeah.
So she had mostly all of the exterior things, but she was missing some other stuff.
Yeah, very vital.
That was very vital.
Right. Yeah. So.
Okay.
My question to you guys, let's be honest. Come on, this is Jay and La Live here, and we want to hear from you guys. Signals who are out there.
Yes. Well, before that.
Yeah, please. Go ahead, La.
So I guess that question is reflected back to me.
Yes.
Did I marry my dream man?
Yes, that is the question. Yes.
So, okay, well, my dream when I was dating, and I dated not a lot of guys. Let me take that back. I did not date a lot of guys, but
now, Lord, y'all pray for her. Y'all pray for her. I know about all that.
You done made me cough.
I'm sorry. Y'all forgive us because we just come on telling around our
I didn't date a lot of guys, but I dated different nationalities. I will say that.
Uh-oh.
So
this might be new news to me. Brace yourselves.
No, it's not. So I guess you could say my ideal guy was probably preferably tall, because I'm tall.
Right, Lou.
But even though I dated short guys, oh my goodness, I dated short guys, y'all.
Now imagine what that. Now, how tall are you, Salah?
I'm 5'10".
She's 5'10". My wife is 5'10". Can you imagine her walking around with Danny DeVito as a boyfriend?
And I did. I dated guys that were shorter than me. But, you know.
Probably, get your crazy self. Shala is an international player.
Oh my goodness. So
right, Ricky. Right, I love you, Ricky. That's good. She dated a red. You married a redhead. Come on now.
Yeah. Hey.
That's what's
to
what.
each his own.
Absolutely.
You know.
And she's 5'4", by the way.
Oh, okay.
Ricky 5'4", but go ahead.
Oh, 5'4", okay. So I dated guys that were shorter than me. But then again, I wasn't the type of person that was so always caught up on looks. I wasn't, that wasn't my main thing. My main thing was the type of person he was. But just for my liking, I would prefer guys that were taller and probably darker complected. So far as exterior, yes, I got what I wanted. Jason is tall, dark, and handsome. I married what I wanted. God blessed me.
Yes, sir.
But I will say, on the flip side, I did not want to marry a musician.
Uh-oh.
I did not want to marry a minister or any man or a guy that had anything to do with leadership in the church. That was not what I wanted.
But okay, I gotta stop you though.
Mm-hmm.
Why? What was it about? Was it something about that deterred you from having that desire? What was? You may not be the answer. I don't know.
Well, it might have been because I dated a musician before.
Okay, I get it now.
When I dated a musician, it wasn't a good relationship. So I had a bad experience, with dating a musician. I even dated a minister and all of that. And it was just bad. It was not a good experience. So in my mind, all of them, like if you had one rotten apple, all of them rotten apples. That's how my mindset was.
My dude, Matt Bibby, here's another one, guys. Hold on 1 second. Can we do commercial break?
Sure.
Guys, make sure you pick up Matt Bibby's Matthew Bibby. He's on here right now. Y'all, listen, folks in the South, you know how to spell Matthew. If you read the Bible, you know how to spell Matthew. And the last name is Bibby, B-E-E-B-E, Matt Bibby. That's my dude out there. He's doing a couple things. He got I Sing Your Praise and I'm Alive. You want to pick up both of those songs right now on anywhere you can buy music digitally, okay? Make sure you go ahead and pick up Matt Bibby's stuff right now. Thank you guys for doing that. Let's go. Go ahead, baby.
So yeah, I did not I did not want to marry a man that had anything to do with being a musician,
Kenneth,
minister, any of those things.
Yeah.
And when I met Jason was a musician. He wasn't a minister or anything yet.
Sure
but God had to really deal with my heart. Because I didn't know what plans God had for him at the time. We were just getting to know each other. Mm-hmm. So I didn't know what plans, God had for him, as far as being a minstrel and all of these things. All I knew is that I remember what the Lord had told me before I met Jason, and that was he was going to bless me with a man after his own heart. Mm-hmm. And so I took that and I said, well, God, if he's after your heart, then I don't have to worry about being mishandled or, the things those things that had caused me to distrust in other relationships. I won't have to, be concerned about that from him. So that's how God, transformed my heart and began to prepare me, for what God has placed inside of him. Mm-hmm. So I had to position myself, to be ready. and not be a hindrance.
That's good. That's all you want to tell me?
Yeah.
Okay, sweet. So no, I mean, so wait a minute, but was I your dream? That's
yes, you were.
No, but you sure about it? No. Let's be real, because I'm not going anywhere because you say no.
No.
I'm not going anywhere.
No, you in all
at least not until the show's over.
In all honesty, you were my dream. But sometimes we might not really know all the way if that person is our dream. Until you really get to know that person. Because if you base everything on just looks, if you base everything on just attraction, you might be fooled.
Well, I mean, of course. I guess, but the thing is, when you're dreaming, your imagination,
right.
You start to dig into, well, what is my preference? What is it that I like? Because everybody has a way they like things done, the way they like things seen.
Yeah.
There's a certain order that certain people like it, or they like, or they don't care if they have any order in their life. I just wanted a man that loved me and loved God. Simple.
I was real simple.
Okay.
With that. I didn't have the da. He had to make so much money. He needed to be driving this color car, this kind of car. He needed to be living in this kind of house. I didn't have it like detailed like that.
Okay. But did you not have a preference on how you will, when you get married, how you want things to be? I mean, now I don't want to get too far off, but
in the relation,
I guess we need to stay focused on.
You talking about in the marital relationship?
Yeah, like how did you? I mean, yeah. What's your thoughts on that? It's like,
well, to be very honest, I had the fairy tale mentality when it comes to marriage. It was like the fairy tale. You get married, you buy your house, you have good jobs, you have kids. Everything's peachy.
Right.
That's kind of
okay.
How I viewed it.
Okay.
It was, that's how I viewed it. It was very fairy tale for me.
Okay.
It was very fairy tale.
Okay. So, all right. So very fairy tale. I like that. So there was a lot of transparent things that are going on here tonight, guys. So we propose this question to you guys. Come on. You guys have to talk to us. Ladies who are single, what does your dream guy look like? Where is descriptive using words or descriptive as far as Hollywood characters or whatever, stars. Same thing, ladies who single. What is your dream guy? Men, what does your dream girl look like? Married couples, what did you marry? Did you marry your dream? Come on, I want some feedback. Let's go. This is Q&A night.
Yeah, Q&A.
Q&A
Talk
night.
to us, y'all.
What's up, Joe? Joe Du Bois, Ricky's husband's on. What's up, Joe? Glad you on,
hey,
man.
Hey, Joe, it's a pleasure to finally meet you.
Yeah, man. Yes, indeed. Oh, my goodness. Nicole Savage. Hey, Mom Carolyn Shaw is on here. Sister Gwendolyn Morton, good seeing you. Thanks for joining, guys. Go ahead, please invite and share. Come on, guys. We're looking for, all right, here we go. Ryan says, see, this was saying, see, now she's brave. She's going to go ahead and put it in. She said she wanted dark, tall, nice lips, bald, nice build, neat waistline, look good in his clothes, a singer, can dance in the spirit. Now, that's a whole lot. Can be done. There's definitely something.
Oh, yeah.
But that's dark, tall, nice little ball, nice build, neat waistline, look good in his clothes, singer, can dance in the spirit. Now, what if he ends up being light-skinned, short, nice lips, maybe still bald, maybe still has some hair left, average build, okay waistline, clothes look pretty decent, can't hold a note in the bucket. I don't know. Would you pass him on by? You don't have to answer it. I'll be intrigued though. But no, that's what you desire.
Yeah.
And I get it. But if he was missing, let's say, a quarter of those qualities, and I guess it depends on which ones. Out of all the descriptions that you put out there, come on, guys, I still need more responses. There's more than I thought. Hold on. Okay. So, Raj, you got that reply to come back. Arnetta, I didn't marry my dream, but thank God I didn't marry mine. I know that's right.
Oh, that's good.
Come on, Arnetta. I like that. Yeah, I got to go ahead and like that. We love that one.
Oh, did you read it so everybody else can hear it?
Arnetta said, I didn't marry my dream, but thank God I didn't marry my nightmare. Now
that's good.
That's good because, right, Ross said it's got to smell good. But no, that's good because I think we've probably, at least most of us on here at once, see somebody actually marry a nightmare or know someone who's married their nightmare. And it man, you just praying and praying like, God, please save somebody or whatever. God, do something. So no, I'm totally with that. Yeah, let's see. Katrina, I married the look I wanted. All right. I married the look I wanted, tall, dark, and handsome. I thought I wanted a tough guy like my uncle, but God gave me a man after his own heart like my dad. Oh,
isn't that beautiful?
I like that. All right, Katrina. You post that. Come on now. I like that.
Oh, that's beautiful. So that lets us know that sometimes, God will give us, not saying he won't give us what we want, but he's always looking out for us, and he gives us what we need.
Yes. And I know for a fact that I have what I need. I will continue to address the comments in just a second because this is Q&A, guys. So go ahead and invite and share. Please bring those other comments. We're gonna address. The question is today, guys, for all the singles, what is your dream guy or girl? What does it look like? Or dream man or woman? What does he or she look like? Your dream. And for married couples, did you marry your dream? All right, did you marry your dream? And so we have let's see. The last comment we just read was, I married the look I wanted, tall, dark, and handsome. I thought I wanted a tough guy like my uncle, but God gave me a man after his own heart like my dad. Awesome. Ross replies, as I got older, some things are negotiable. She's replying to an earlier comment about, I asked, would she basically negotiate some of the things that she want for the guy that God wants her to have. So she says as she gets older, things have become some things are negotiable. Ruby Cook says, see, I was more like L.A. or lie, but he had to be truthful. Yes, very important. You always definitely want somebody to be truthful.
Yeah.
Ross said, I'm not scared. Got you. April said, I was a little confused as to what I wanted in a husband due to the previous bad relationship. Understood. However, my husband was not what I thought I wanted, but God knew me best. Now that's good. I'm gonna read it again. I was a little confused as to what I wanted in a husband due to the previous bad relationship. bad relationship. However, my husband was not what I thought I wanted, but God knew me best. And that's just what Lot just said. That's beautiful. Lot just said that about, God knowing what's best for you. He knows how he created you. He knows how your emotions, how they're all tied, how you process things. And so it's very important. I do not agree about, especially in the body of Christ, right? Even being equally yoked together, right, with believers, right? But at the same time, you have to know, just any two saved people can't get together. Sorry, that's no. You gotta. It has to be a spirit-led match up. Okay. It's you saved, yeah, you saved. All right, y'all get married. No, that ain't always that's not always the deal. So, hey, Eric Marshall, I see you. Reggie, Herman Davis Jr. Hey, I see you. Bless you. Darius, what's going on?
You want to scroll up?
Why can't he respond? Who can't respond? I'm not sure what you're asking. Hey, Sherry. Okay, I must confess, Ross says, I must confess. Hey, Ron Kelly, I must confess, I think looks do matter, but his heart for me and God has to match up. Absolutely. He can be fine and ratchet, or decent and abounding in love and graciousness. Huh. Let me see that again. Read it again.
I get it.
Fine and ratchet, or decent and abounding in love. Yeah. I get you. The opposites.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So, absolutely. I agree.
Yeah. In other words, you can have, a person that got all of the exterior stuff that you looking for. Fine, smelling good, waistline. I mean, got bells and whistles, everything externally good, but that inside is jacked up.
Yeah.
And that's the real person. The real person is what's on the inside, not what's on the outside. It's what's on the inside. And it's important that we know. That's why they say never. Well, this is something that I live by. And that's
I'm not sure why I can't though, Ricky. Go ahead.
Never judge a book by its cover. Because you could get a book that might look kind of, dusty and kind of torn and a little old and, aged or whatever. And you may turn that book away because you're like, I don't want to read that book. This, this book is old. But you'll be surprised. You have to open the book and read the pages. That's how you get to know the true person.
Absolutely. I agree. Totally agree. Ricky, I'm not sure why he can't respond. I'm not sure if he's on here. I see you, Carter Flowers, Pastor Flowers. Come on, I see you.
Hey, Dee.
Sherry. All right, guys, I see you. All right, Regina, my sister, she says, has a godly presence and a tight relationship with God. Medium built, great teeth. All right. Personable, taller than me, not afraid to pursue me. Honest. Now, I like that. That's not a bad request at all. Has a godly presence and a tight relationship with God. That's very important. Medium built, great teeth. Personable, taller than me, not afraid to pursue me. Honest. Yeah. And I believe you end up getting that though, Regina, for sure. You end up receiving that. Yeah, I really do. I really do. And I know Regina, she's a good friend of ours. And I don't think you'll have a problem finding somebody taller. How about that, Regina? I was just saying, I had to put that in. I love my sister. So Ricky said, grow together. Is that a requirement? That you want to grow together? Is that what it is that you're saying? That you're looking to grow together? Absolutely. That's the case. Certainly grow together. Guys, if you're just not coming on the Jay and Lyle show, welcome. Our topic subject today is, what is your idea of a dream spouse for the singles? And for the married couples, what see you, Regina. And for the married couples, did you marry your dream? And this is transparency. We shared already that, you know, I said earlier in the show that my dream girl before even meeting my wife was more like short. It didn't really, the skin color didn't really mean too much to me, even though I might lean more toward the light skin at the time. Short, you know, some sort of light skin, long hair. That was my thing. And the one particular person who might have came close, she was about yay big, and took her to a Long John Silver, and she proceeded to order up like $24 worth of food. I said, my God, I was 16 then. And I was like, yeah, we not going, this ain't gonna work out for me. Right. So, okay, Rick, I got you. Yep. So, hey, Janation, and what's up, B. Jackson, Benjamin? I see you, sir.
But I do want to add this, y'all. I honestly feel like I even got more than what I dreamed. I truly believe that God gave me more than what I even felt that I deserved. I do, honestly. I feel like God gave me more. My expectations might not have been where it should have been, but because God knew my heart, and He knew the plans that He had for my life, He had to put together the person that He created me for, that we would, you know, enhance each other's life and where God has called us to grow. So I feel like I've received so much more. And I'm gonna be honest, and this is a transparent moment. When I met my husband, and he'll share this later on in one of our episodes or whatever. When I met him, he had a limp. His hip was dislocated. So he had a noticeable limp. And if I allowed that to deter me, you know, from what I saw in him as a person, I would have missed out on a blessed life if I had allowed his affliction or his condition to cause me to be detoured. I would have missed out on the greatest gift I've ever received in life. So just be very careful when you're praying for your spouses and saying it got to be da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Because I didn't say, God, you know, he had to walk normal. That was not anything in my mind. I wasn't even thinking or anything like that. But I saw far beyond a man that walked with a limp. I saw far beyond. And he's been the greatest gift in my life. And I'm grateful and I'm blessed. I'm blessed by it. And I just wanted to say that. And that was very transparent. So don't miss out on what God has for you. If that person is not everything you think that you thought or think you want, you know, you really need to be praying and asking God to show you the person's spirit. Because that's the real person. Be like, Lord, show me his spirit. Show me her spirit. you know, because that's what's most important. But I wanted to share that. Yeah.
And I think I really appreciate that. And being able to singles who, ladies who are waiting to be found, and men who are waiting to find, or are in pursuit. Being able to love beyond the flaws.
Yes, that's good.
Is very critical. You are not ready for a relationship if you are not willing to love beyond
the flaws.
The flaws. Now, and even if it's your flaws. Yeah. When I say your flaws, meaning love beyond your preferential flaws. What I mean, there are things like I don't like. This is Jason. That's when my wife asked me about the about the dream. I said, short, long hair, and pretty face, whatever. That was part of the dream, but I didn't like the fact that the young lady was skinny as a rail. But I settled for that. I personally do not like skinny. Now that's just me. I'm not saying that if you're skinny, I'm gonna look at you and go like, "Oh my God!" No, it's not that. I'm just saying that's not. What I'm into, right? So that's why I had to find it. I hope I answered that. So I personally, I love the way my wife is because I love her, everything about her, like physically, her personality, how she carries herself, certainly how she takes care of me. And we still working on ourselves, right? You got to exercise, we got to eat right, things like that, because there's some things that we can actually, do. But you have to love past flaws. Now, not what I'm saying, flaws. Here's the thing, and because I need to dig into this, because that's a good. I'm glad. Let me dig into this more. When I'm talking about flaws, I'm talking about things like because the subject is, what does your ideal dream spouse look like, or for singles and what in particular, and did you marry your dream, right? That question is more directed initially to the sight of the individual. Now, there are some things that you should not ignore. All right. One, because I want to be clear about when we talk about flaws. Verbal abuse cannot be ignored. Physical abuse cannot be ignored. Mm-hmm. All right. These are stop signs. Now, let me be real careful through here for married couples. Your initial, we should always be in prayer, right? We should always be in prayer. Because even there are couples who are married, and we thank God for them, that one spouse is unsaved, and the other is not saved. But that spouse that is saved, mm-hmm. with endurance and prayer, is supposed to bring through the Spirit of God as prayer, according to Scripture, the saving of the other spouse comes through mm-hmm. the saved spouse, and vice versa, depending on whether it's the man or the woman. All right. What was my last thought before that? I was flaws. So, but then there are things that the abusive level of things. Okay, we still love, but we have to be very. We have to remain in prayer. Again, we have to be prayerful. But let me tell you something, guys. If said individual is putting his fist in your face, and I'm talking to the ladies right now, that is not something that you can just continue in and remain sane. Okay, that is not. He's always got to surgically remove his face out of his fist out of your face. Then there's something wrong with that relationship. There's no love there. Mm-hmm. There's no reciprocation of love, and there's something wrong when you don't love yourself enough to say, wait a minute. This is not a part of the vows that we made. Mm-hmm. This is not, to love each other and seek for better, for worse, or sickness and health. To honor and to cherish. To honor and cherish. There's a lack of cherish. There's definitely a lack of charity. Okay. In a situation like that. So we don't want to get to the point to where we want a relationship so bad that we'll just deal with anything. Mm-hmm. No, because remember, we talked about that, I think this in our last episode. You got to know who you are. You're a king, you're queen, and you should be treated as such.
Mm-hmm. And that's why it's important when you're dating. When you're dating an individual, you want to know. You need to know if he got some anger issues. You need to know if he got some issues, anger issues. You need to see that before you even get married. Because after you get married, it really gonna come out and it's gonna be worse. It's gonna get worse. So you need to know before you get married if there are anger issues, all of that. So you can see it. Nothing hidden. You need to see all of it.
Right. I agree. You need to see it all. I'm going to address your question in just a minute. So no, you need to see it all. You need to see it all. This is why I believe in premarital counseling for sure. For those of you who desire to be married and or find who you think is your mate or or ladies you've been found and I believe in premarital counseling if you're planning on being married to be able to sift out those things, really. Mm-hmm. And I had one sister call me about years ago, and I'll never forget it. She was asking me about a relationship and this and that and the other. But he does this, he does that, but he does this. I love him, but he does this and he does that. Now they're not married, they're dating. And I just simply told her, I said, do not ignore the signs.
Do not ignore the signs.
Do not ignore them. You know that you looking at it. If the sign is saying stop, and then it says stop. If the light is flashing, it's yellow, caution. Red is stop. Mm-hmm. So yeah. Now, at first, I didn't know how to take this, and I hope I answered the question somewhat. Credit and debt issues, spiritual belief differences, trust issues. Yeah, that's a lot of that goes on. Hey, Carl. Anger issues, Luther, and all
of those things need to be discussed before you even think about getting married.
Absolutely.
You just don't ignore the signs, because those things will come up if you pray and you say, Lord, show me the real. Don't get so caught up on the fact that he fine and she beautiful and all of this other stuff. No.
Yeah.
Get under the surface and know really what you're getting.
Yeah. And so Luther brought this up is good. Anger issues, trust issues, credit, debt issues, spiritual belief differences. And they share say that credit and debit issue, that credit and debt issue is a beast. It certainly is. If you don't want to get this, and ladies, I know, I don't even have to ask you. If for those of you who want to be married or ladies who are already married, security is important. Financial security is important. The ability to be able to live at the very least comfortably. I forget the A clause, but I know the B clause of a statement I heard. It said, "Love don't pay no bills." And I guess I guess to a certain degree there might be some truth to that. I guess it's some great truth to that.
That's very true.
That's very true.
Love don't.
It don't pay bills. Money does, but love does not.
But love will cause you to do what you have to do to provide.
Yes.
That's what love will do.
Yes.
If you're in a relationship, dating somebody, and they're not willing to go that extra mile in supporting and providing, that's something you need to look at.
Yeah. Now this is my good friend. I don't know. Is this Pastor Davis? Now this is this interesting question. He said, I want to know if they both are blind, what will their dream husband or wife be like? And at first I was like, okay, but then I realized, okay, so why? I mean, that I am. Pastor Herman Davis, I don't know if you're pulling my leg because I know you're a friend of mine or what, but there are certainly plenty of couples who are sight impaired, right? Mm-hmm. Who are together. I don't know if this question, the question that we posed on the show, would be appropriate. But then again, it would be, because then it would lean toward more so personality, I would say, and I'm just going off of, I would imagine what their dream would be like, personality. Some might even have ethnic preference. Now, me personally, I am not a person who is an advocate of, marry your own race and all that kind of thing, because at the end of the day, God himself is not even concerned about that.
Yeah.
We are. Only we are. Yeah. That's just it. And I have a lot of friends across this world now, and the different nationalities, and I love them. And I have some, relatives, and I have a lot of interracial relationships, and I absolutely love it, because to me, it paints a picture of what heaven is like. I love to see the melting pot of relationships between male and female, different nationalities for certainly, and a husband and a wife, right? A man and a woman. So,
so Luba asked the question.
Here's the question. I missed it. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like yeah, I think we're talking a little bit of hilarious, but that is, but I think we're talking physical. I think we're asking physical.
Yeah, physical blindness, I believe.
And here's the thing. Blind, it just come to me. Though blind people have lost a sense of their physical sight, they have the subconscious ability to dream, which is most interesting. They have the subconscious ability to dream. So perhaps because they have the subconscious ability to dream, they yet can say, this is what I watch. This is going to sound like an oxymoron. You're blind, but he says, this is what I'm looking for. You're blind, but you're saying, this is what I'm looking for. I'm talking about in a spouse, right? Mm-hmm. The question comes to, as a blind person, and I never thought I would answer a question like this. How do you check that off? How do you check that off and I'm not asking you to answer, and it's really might be rhetorical. Mm-hmm. But how do you check that off as a blind person, to ask them a question? What is your dream spouse? What's your idea of a dream spouse, right?
Well, I'm sure.
So it's an interesting question.
I would think just because they're blind doesn't mean that they don't have an ideal of the person that they want to be with, how they look, all of that. They still have an imagination, like you were saying. So I believe that in their heads they still have that imagination. So when they're meeting, say they're on a date. Say they're on a date. Yeah. Not knowing how this person look. But, I'm sure that they asked the person, well, can you describe to me how you look, and just based upon that, they might be, well, you're not what I, quote unquote imagine. You might not be.
I got to stop here. Because you're onto something. But here's another funny story that happened to me. On this, and not being physically attracted to the other person, at least what you would think as a. Yeah, I would think it'd be more of a. I agree with them. It'd be more of a spiritual bond than anything.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
that's a.
Well, I mean that might be the priority.
Yeah.
The priority is a spiritual bond because there's no physical attraction per se. But I often wanted, oh my gosh, this would be interesting to do someone would do a census or a survey and ask a blind person who is looking to date because I would ask a blind person, would you want to be seen with a person who is not physically attractive? Even though their personality is where they like it, would they want to be seen in a restaurant? They looking for the cute little something, but they're actually sitting at the table unknowingly with Godzilla. I'm just saying. So that is not something that because of peer pressure, maybe because of that would be an interesting question. I've never thought I'd be answering that. But yeah, I mean, that's an interesting question. All right, so here's what Janine say. If I'm blind, then what they look like couldn't matter. But a blind person who would still have a preference.
Yeah, they would.
They would. How they sound, what their build is, etc. Right. What would probably all play a part in what they want, and what other people think will always play. That yes, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Because I was gonna bring up, Stevie Wonder. Stevie Wonder, of course he was blind from birth, but every woman that Stevie Wonder have been with have been beautiful women. I mean, they all have been beautiful women. And I would be like, okay, now I wonder how that happens like that. How that work out,
Well, motive may be an issue, but issue there too, but I get you.
But I'm just saying, but they all are beautiful.
By the fact that he's been with you,
and it could be, it could be just the fact that, Stevie Wonder, hey, he got game. He got pull. He know what to say. He's charming. Yeah. And all of those things. So, the beautiful women just kind of gravitate to him. Because they're not all the way focused on the fact that he cannot see, but there's something more valuable that attracts them. Right. And I can even say, and look, I'm sorry, y'all, but I've said this before. And some of y'all done said it too, what I'm about to say.
Uh-oh.
I know you guys have been to places, restaurants and stuff, and have seen the most beautiful women with guys that were just toe down. And and
I can't laugh too hard tonight. Don't do that to me.
And and you think in your mind like, how? Wow. So it must be something else because it's not looks. But if you watch them in a restaurant, I know people watch y'all. I watch people. I do. So, you have this beautiful girl, just flawless, model, look like a model, with this dude, that's not all the way, he all right.
He don't clean up. He don't clean up well at all.
But,
what you say?
And I'm like, well, he must be offering something so much greater. Because a young lady, seems so content, seems so drawn. And then I watch how this young man would treat this lady, this girl. He would, make sure her chair was pulled up, open the door. He treated her like a queen. So it's not always It's not always.
Now, I agree.
The looks.
I agree. It's not always looks. We got some responses here about how Stevie Wonder did it, and so Janine says his friends told him. That's probably what happened.
Okay, his friends told him.
He asked his people what they look like, right? Mm-hmm. Ron said earlier, and they can also have outsiders commenting on how they look.
True.
I agree. So that's what I'm saying. How do you get all these beautiful women? Somebody has to kind of screen it, for lack of a better.
So if his friends told them, nah, man, she ain't all that cute.
Right. Now everybody watched the movie Ray, and how Ray, the way they depict it is, Jamie Foxx. As a matter of fact, Luke, did you address this? Yeah, rub on her elbow. Luther said this earlier about rubbing on her elbow and determining how beautiful the woman was based on how he rubbed.
Oh well, no, he squeezed her wrist.
Same difference. He went all the way. He going all the way.
Oh, he went all the way to the elbow.
Right. Yeah, so he go all the way up. I remember that. It didn't register until just now what he was saying.
Yeah, that was so man.
Yeah, that was
because it was it was one scene where it was one lady, that came up to what's his name, babe?
What's that?
The actor.
Jamie Foxx?
No.
Huh?
Jamie Foxx in the movie.
Yeah.
He was playing Ray Charles.
Yeah.
And this lady came up to him, and she was a little bit on the chunkier side. So, he squeezed her wrist, and he felt that little extra meat right there, and he immediately let her wrist go. And I was like, nah, that's not cool.
That's not cool at all.
I said, that's not cool.
Yeah, so.
But they have their ways.
Perhaps.
At
least that's how they depict it in Hollywood,
Yeah.
I would think, I would agree with the rest of you who actually, their friends or people they trust say, hey, nice, blah, blah, whatever, But that's an interesting question. I never thought I'd get that one. Yes, Ricky said black people use their hands to see.
Yeah, very true.
Wow, I mean, and one thing I do understand, I've heard several times, when you lose one sense, the other senses become more sensitive, more sharper. So it was like they go into survival mode, so their other senses begin to get more enhanced in ability to discern. So that's interesting. All right, guys, let's continue to talk. Hey, Dana, I see you. Thanks for coming on. For those of you who are just joining us, thank you for joining JLI. We're the episode 4. We're talking about or asking for our singles. What is your ideal dream spouse? And second question, or the question for married couples are: did you marry your dream? Let's get some more feedback. Hey, thank you, sir.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. So that was an interesting question.
Yeah.
And we celebrate you also, Pastor Herman Davis.
Yes.
And First Lady Davis, for the work you guys are doing, have done already. And it's been a long time no see, but good to hear from you. Liddell, what's going on? And please feel free to share and invite guys. I hope you are enjoying this. Any questions you may have for us, this is Q&A. Any questions you have for us, please. If you don't have any responses to our initial episode questions, please ask any questions you may have about the subject or even about us, some things you may have been wondering. Hey, Wanda, what's going on? Good to see you. Joe, I still hope you're hanging in there with us, man. I don't understand why you're not being able to respond.
Comments. Yeah,
I'm not sure why. I really don't know why. I'm not sure why.
So let's hear from, if we have any married couples on here. Even though you did not marry your dream person, okay, just say you didn't marry your dream person, but you married the person, that God felt was best for you. How beneficial has it been for your relationship? That is my question. I hope I'm asking it clearly.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Answer again.
So, for the married couples, those that did not marry your dream person, but you married the person that God placed in your life, how beneficial has it been for you marrying the person that God placed in your life versus possibly being with that dream person you had in your mind?
Now, that great question. Go ahead and answer that, guys. And I like how Luther just said. He said, I don't know if I'm what my wife was dreaming of, but she sure upgraded my life. So I ain't mad. And
that's like beautiful.
That. I like that.
Cause you done just said a mouthful right there.
Man, he need to be teaching this class.
You done said a mouthful.
So yeah, I mean, he said, yeah, he's rocking and rolling tonight.
That's beautiful.
And I got to say that's like real. I mean, it is certainly an upgrade for me. There's an old there's an old song that the church sing as a devotional song, and the lyrics go, "If it had not been for the Lord on my side, where would I be?" Listen, and I'm like my pastor said not long ago. He said, I know where I'd be, and it wouldn't be a good place at all. And certainly. So yeah, it is certainly a upgrade for me. And like I said in episode, I think 1, I found my favor, and it was not good for me to be alone. And there are certain things I would not have walked into, that I would not have been encouraged to walk into, to do, because I would not have had that support that I needed from a spouse to begin to walk in the steps that I need to walk in to become who God created me to be. So, or should walk into what God created me to be. So, and mature into what God created me to be. You know what I'm saying? And so there are certain things, there are certain people you need in your life. There are certain things, steps and paths that God has designed for you. And it includes, having, for me, having my favor by my side to help me meet my destiny, help me and encourage me and pray for me, which is very important for me. So, all these things are very, very important. Oh my goodness, Ricky, that's a long answer. How do we meet? That's like episode 1 stuff. That took 6.
Yeah, you have to go back and watch episode 1.
Yeah, that's a
Ricky.
long answer to that. But we did meet in the paths of ministry. Well, actually, she visited me at a concert. So, no, she didn't visit me. She visited my church. I just happened to be there. And so, long story short, there was some shenanigans between their friends, and we ended up talking on the phone, and the rest is history. And 2 years after we talked on the phone and breathed heavily for 2 years, then we decided I decided I was going to propose to my wife in 94. So I proposed in 94. Actually, no. So that's 2 years not right, because I met her in 93. I met my wife in 93. I proposed in 94. We got married in 95. All right. So
I just had.
Oh no, we can't go that down that long 1 hour.
No. I'm not talking about that. No. I just had a thought. Two incomplete people can only complete each other. It's like when you're two people imperfected, you have flaws, you have, your issues, you have those things about you that's not perfected. But when God placed that person in your life, it's going to help you to be perfected in those areas that you need to be perfected. We help perfect each other. Mm-hmm. So I thought about that. And when cousin was saying, Luther was saying, his wife, help upgrade him, help upgrade him. And that's beautiful, because that's how it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
You got two imperfect people that need each other to become complete in each other. And I've heard said, and I've said it, two halves cannot make a whole.
Right.
It's one whole that only can make a whole.
Right.
So you have to be a complete person in order for your marriage to be complete. But I do definitely believe that if you are imperfected in an area in your life, when that person that God placed in your life, they're going to help perfect those areas.
And only a God person can do that, though.
Only a God person.
Because God himself perfects those things that concerns us. So if you bring an ungodly person into it and looking for completion, it's really an uphill battle, for real. And it's actually a losing battle unless God comes in literally through your life and relationship with Christ, save that spouse. This is my good sister here, Twigs. I see you. This is Twigs. The will of God was my dream person.
Hey, sis.
Yeah, the will of God was my dream person because my so-called dreams were a nightmare. So my dream person then became God's will. Awesome.
Yes, that's good.
All right. So then Luther says, to answer someone's question, I don't know if I am willing to say that I didn't marry what I dreamed of, more so that my dreams evolved into what I needed. Oh, I like that. And turned into a reality, except she couldn't cook grits. Oh my goodness. Yeah, Luther. I love that, though. I love that post.
That's good.
I like the way he says, my dreams evolved into what I needed.
Yeah.
And turn into a reality. Man, listen.
That's good.
That's good. Now you can't be cuz you can't be messing up grits now. You just can't. But anyway,
that's all right. Luther, you ate them grits too.
Oh yeah, he smashed them.
You ate them grits.
Wow. But no, I love that. That's powerful.
That is powerful.
That didn't mirror what I dreamt. More so that my dreams evolved into what I needed. I like that. Yeah, we might have to have a discussion in Miami this summer for real, Luke. That's good. Regina said that's good. It's a lot. Good. Guys, we appreciate your responses. Go ahead. And we're going to try to shut down, if we can, by 11 tonight. No later, if not shorter. Hey, Patrick, I see you. I didn't see you earlier. I didn't address you, Patrick Cariso. And I don't think I addressed you. Denise Goldsmith, I did not see you earlier. Thanks for joining in, guys.
Yes.
And certainly thanks for coming in and joining with us. The question is, for singles, what is your dream spouse? What is your dream spouse idea? What is your idea of a dream spouse? And for married couples, did you marry your dream or not? Or, if you didn't. So,
scroll up, baby.
Yeah, I'm going to. Yes, I am, Luther. I am going. That's my plan. It's my plan I'll be in Miami.
Pastor.
I might have not. My wife dream, but I believe he said it. Whoa, I like that. Pastor David says, I might not have been my wife's dream husband, but I believe for these 33 years, I believe I am in her dreams. Now, I like that. See, now,
thumbs up.
See, I'm going to tell you the reason I don't have that kind of game yet. He has 33 years of marriage, 22. Know the difference. just know the difference, okay? Just know the difference. And but I like that. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So I might not have been my wife's dream husband, but I believe for these 33 years I am in her dreams. That's amazing. I love that. I love that.
Yeah, say that. That's beautiful.
Go ahead and say that.
Yes.
So he has a divine revelation of who I am, my purpose, and my gifts. He gets me. He values me, respects me. He has clear vision of his call and purpose. We complement each other. He's financially established. Mm-hmm. He's financially established, secure with himself and his position as head, humble, unafraid. Well, I'm read this guy. To be unafraid to be vulnerable, desire for us to partner in just about everything, physically fit, health conscious, a dreamer, adventurer, leader, compassionate. I like that. Mm-hmm. And that's a great with 2 syllables. Great
description of
characteristics, absolutely. Yeah. And man, I mean, ladies, it don't get no better than that as far as descriptive, and that's wonderful. And watch this, brothers, even if we don't have like everything that we consider a dream characteristic, we have so much time in relationship to become better. Every day is a new day, right? Yes. We have the opportunity to be better. Seek the face of God. God, help me to be a better husband. Help me to be a better father. Whatever it is that you find yourself, your role is within family. Mm-hmm. So, so we have opportunity to get better. Every day I have an opportunity to be a better husband, right? To get certain things right, to analyze my day before so that we won't make the same mistakes we made just 12 hours ago, 3 hours ago, whatever, however long. Yeah. We have been allotted by God himself the opportunity to become better of his image, right? To his likeness. So, that's powerful. And so, don't feel bad if you don't have everything that you think you should have, right? It is God who is our source, who is our strength, who is a lamp unto our feet and a light unto our path. And so when we need direction, we go to Proverbs 3 and 5. Trust in the Lord with all the heart and lean not into your own understanding, but in all your ways acknowledge him, and he will direct our path. So when we need direction, we need wisdom, he tells us to ask. Mm-hmm. And so we will get better. I can tell you right now, I'm definitely a lot better since June 10th, 1995. I told you guys, in episode 1, that I came into this marriage as a boy, period. And with a boy mentality, I had an apartment, I had a car, working, whatever, blah, blah, blah. But I was not mature, in church, not mature, a husband, not mature.
I wasn't either.
No, but, my wife actually helped me, though, to be honest with you. She wasn't trying to dog over me and downplay me. And I hate to see that in relationships. I've seen it a lot where the wife just, because the husband may not know as much, watch this, may not even make as much. And so the wife just dogs him out. You hear me? That's one thing that disgusts me. That's one of them, is to watch, because the husband may like some things because she can discern that, she can discern the lack, then she takes upon herself to become this person that dogs you. Well, you don't know this and that and other, and sometimes even to the point to where she, I'm more spiritually sound than you are. It's just a downplaying and a stripping of manhood, and that may be another show altogether, another live broadcast altogether. But that's just one of those things where I really detest. Anything you would like to say, honey? I'm sorry.
No, I agree 100%.
Yeah.
When me and Jason early on in our marriage, when we would have disagreements, or he would say something to me that I didn't like, that I felt, was degrading or disrespectful or whatever, or vice versa. If I said something to him, I would never embarrass him. I would never embarrass him in public. Mm-hmm. Now, when we got home, that was a whole nother story, but in public, I would never embarrass him, because I don't think that's not mm-hmm. being respectful and honorable to each other, right, when we embarrass each other in public. So in a marriage, we gotta be careful. Mm-hmm. The examples that we're leading before other people. People are always watching.
Yeah.
They might not be saying nothing to you, but they're watching how you talk to each other. Yeah. They're watching how you interact with each other.
Yep.
And it's not even about being fake, or trying to portray something. No, it should be real. You should just be respectful to one another, treating each other the way you would want that person to treat you. Mm-hmm. That's how it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got to be willing to care for each other. Never get too busy to where you can't care for each other.
Yeah.
Life, your stuff that you're doing outside of home ain't that important. And I know how to talk. I know it isn't, but I'm using ain't. It's not that important to where you can't tend to take care of, your spouse.
Yeah.
And I know my cousin was teasing me how I was acting like a whole baby this week. But I'm telling you, that flu had got a hold to me, and when it hit me on Tuesday, I didn't know exactly what it was. I was speculating, but Wednesday it made itself known. I'm like, oh man, this thing is like working on me. And I had the whole body ache thing. And my wife treated me better than I would have been treated in a hospital with a nurse. Aww. And she really, really did make sure everything was okay. And I started feeling bad, because I was at a point to where I could hardly get a word out without feeling like I was hurting myself by talking, especially particularly on Wednesday. It was pretty bad. And so then Thursday was hanging around, and then Fridays kind of started to subside a little bit, little by little. So here we are on Monday, with maybe a little bit of stuffiness here and there. But it's definitely a lot better moving forward. Guys, any other questions that you may have for us? Because we may be getting out of here early, which is good.
Yeah.
And but I hope you enjoyed yourself. Let me know if you enjoyed yourself tonight. I hope you did. I certainly hope you did. And
because we definitely enjoy ourselves. We enjoy talking, the Q&A, the sharing. We enjoy all of it.
Yes, absolutely.
You all are just amazing, and we pray that whatever we're saying and the things that we're sharing is a blessing to you, and you could take those different little nuggets into the areas of your marital relationship, or those that are dating, those that will be dating or whatever, and utilize it.
Absolutely. I want to address, hey, my sister, Yvonne Parent Porter, I see you. Lady Barbara Coleman, thanks for coming in. Hey, Pastor Gerald Span, I see you. Lady Yolanda Livingston, thanks for coming in. Thank you. Right. Now, Luther says, man, now this is a true testimony. Luther says, man, Val is Luther's wife, took care of this baby, him, for 3 months recently from the beginning, sleeping in a hospital chair, feeding me. Now, that's one thing that's true.
That's love.
My cousin was in the hospital for about 3 months, and thank God brought him out. And Val, I watched it just for social media postings. And I'm like, man, you talking about in there, she was in there. Take care of her husband, man. And so big ups to Val for taking care of your man. I like that.
Yes.
I like that. And I know Luther would do absolutely the same.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And without no question about it, without any reservation.
No question.
No hesitation at all. So let's go.
But that's one word, one simple word, And it is unconditional love.
Well, 2 words.
2 words.
I got you.
Unconditional love.
Right.
Unconditional love.
Right.
It doesn't matter what the condition, what the circumstance.
Yeah.
It's just love. And that's what love will do.
Now, let me read this. If a husband isn't with God, he can be, are you saying he can't, or he can be the head of anyone's household? No woman will submit to him. And that's what I wanted when I was single. I'm not quite sure how to meld all of this out, but I will say what the Bible says, that the salvation of let me pull that up. Matter of fact, let me pull that up. I want to give y'all something because this is important. Let me pull up the address so you guys know where that is. Give me just a second here.
Where are you trying to go? Because somebody may be able to look it up.
Yeah. It's the husband is sanctified by the wife, but I want to find the address of it so you guys can read that.